Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in every individual's life when they must make a choice to look inside themselves and ignore all the distractions that surround them. The noise of society, the opinions of others, the judgments. They will try to shape you, mold you into something you're not. But today, I'm here to tell you that none of that matters. The only thing that truly matters is you. Self-belief is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without it, your goals and dreams remain distant, unreachable, and intangible. It's the quiet force that propels you forward when the world around you is uncertain or harsh. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. But when you have a deep and unwavering belief in your abilities, the universe begins to align with you. Think about it. Every great achievement in history, every breakthrough, every success story started with someone believing that they could do it. It didn't matter how many obstacles were in their way or how many people told them it was impossible. They believed, and that belief became their driving force. Self-belief isn't just about having confidence in what you can do today. It's about believing in your potential, your ability to grow, learn, and adapt. It's about trusting that no matter how many times you fall, you can get back up. It's about understanding that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but simply a stepping stone to your success. When you believe in yourself, you stop waiting for others to give you permission. You stop asking for validation or approval. You become the architect of your own destiny. You no longer look at the world through the lens of what you can't do, but instead you see endless possibilities, opportunities to stretch, to grow, to become better than you were yesterday. That power of self-belief comes from knowing your worth. It comes from realizing that no one can define you except you. You are the sum of your choices, your mindset, and your actions. And when you truly grasp that, you hold the keys to unlock doors that once seemed impossible to open. But here's the catch. Self-belief requires action. It's not just a thought or an idea. It's something you must practice daily, something you must nurture like a muscle. The more you believe in yourself, the stronger that belief becomes. And the stronger your belief, the more likely you are to overcome challenges that once seemed insurmountable. It's easy to get caught up in the opinions and judgments of others, but self-belief cuts through that. It's the voice that tells you to keep going when the road gets tough, to keep pushing when you feel like giving up. It's the reminder that you have everything you need inside of you to succeed. Believe in your vision even when others can't see it. Believe in your abilities even when others doubt you. Believe in your worth even when the world tries to tell you otherwise. Because when you carry that self-belief, there is nothing that can stand in your way. Doubt is one of the most insidious forces that can hold us back from reaching our true potential. It's the voice in your head that asks, what if you fail? Or what makes you think you're capable of this? And as if that's not enough, doubt isn't always something we create on our own. It often comes from external sources, other people's fears, criticisms, and judgments. These voices can be louder than our own, and sometimes they manage to drown out our belief in ourselves. But here's the thing, doubt doesn't define who you are unless you let it. The moment you start questioning your worth based on someone else's opinion or your own insecurities, you are giving away your power. The truth is, those doubts and external voices have no control over you unless you allow them to take root in your mind. External noise is everywhere. People who don't understand your vision, who can't see the effort you're putting in, will always have something to say. Maybe it's a loved one who worries that you're taking too many risks. Maybe it's a colleague who thinks you're aiming too high. Maybe it's just society's general tendency to tell you that success looks a certain way. Whatever form it takes, that noise is constant, and it will only get louder as you begin to push yourself toward greatness. The first step in overcoming doubt and external noise is recognizing that not all opinions are equal. You must decide which voices to listen to and which ones to tune out. The people who have already walked the path you're trying to walk The ones who have achieved what you aspire to, those are the voices worth listening to. Their insights can guide you. But the ones who haven't walked that path, the ones who have never experienced what you're striving for, their opinions hold no power over you. You can't let the doubts of others dictate your journey. When you're moving towards something big, something life-changing, you will encounter resistance. Some of it will be internal, stemming from your own fears and insecurities. Some will come from the outside, criticism, doubt, and negativity from people who don't understand your mission. But both forms of resistance are opportunities. They are signs that you're moving in the right direction. The key is to learn to block out the noise. This isn't about ignoring people who care about you or disregarding valid advice. This is about recognizing when someone's opinion is coming from a place of fear, not wisdom. This is about understanding that just because someone doubts you doesn't mean you should doubt yourself. When you begin to tune out the noise, you start to hear your own thoughts more clearly. You begin to trust yourself more deeply. And let's face it, doubt is a natural part of any journey towards success. It's not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign that you're growing. Doubt is only dangerous when you let it stop you, when you let it paralyze you, when you allow it to dictate your decisions. Every time you face doubt and choose to move forward anyway, you strengthen your resolve. You prove to yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you have what it takes to succeed despite the noise. Ultimately, it comes down to having the courage to trust yourself, even when the world doesn't understand your choices. The more you silence the external voices that don't align with your goals, the more you can amplify your inner voice. The voice that knows your true potential. The voice that keeps you moving when everything else around you tries to hold you back. Self-discipline is the invisible force that transforms intentions into actions and dreams into reality. It is the foundation that keeps you grounded and focused on your goals, even when distractions arise or when the path gets difficult. Without it, success is nothing more than a fleeting wish. Because while motivation can come and go, discipline remains constant. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who falter. It's easy to feel inspired on a good day when everything is going right, but what happens when challenges arise or when the excitement wears off? What happens when your motivation fades and the world starts to test you? That's where self-discipline steps in. It's the commitment to showing up day after day, regardless of how you feel. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. At its core, self-discipline is about consistency. It's not about a one-time burst of effort, but about putting in the work day in and day out. It's about building habits that align with your goals and then committing to those habits even when they no longer feel fun or easy. This is where the real transformation happens. Self-discipline is not just about saying no temptations or distractions. It's about saying yes to the things that matter most. It's about having the strength to push forward even when the immediate rewards aren't visible. Without self-discipline, you are at the mercy of your emotions, your surroundings, and the opinions of others. You'll constantly be swayed by external forces. One day you might feel like pursuing your goals, and the next you might feel too tired or unmotivated. But self-discipline is a commitment to act regardless of the circumstances. It's the refusal to let external factors dictate your internal drive. When you practice self-discipline, you take control of your actions, your emotions, and your choices. Self-discipline also teaches you delayed gratification. In a world where instant rewards are everywhere, it's easy to give in to short-term pleasures that pull you away from your long-term objectives. But when you develop self-discipline, you learn to prioritize your future success over fleeting moments of satisfaction. You make decisions based on the bigger picture, not the temporary comforts of today. This mindset allows you to push through challenges, setbacks, and failures, knowing that each step, each sacrifice brings you closer to your ultimate goal. Furthermore, self-discipline is directly tied to personal growth. It's about holding yourself accountable, not just to the world around you, but to your own standards and values. It's about continuously improving, challenging yourself to become better every day, and not allowing complacency to set in. When you cultivate discipline, you stop waiting for motivation to strike or for perfect circumstances to arrive. You create your own momentum. You create a habit of doing, a habit of acting, and this is what fuels progress. In the long run, self-discipline fosters a sense of confidence and empowerment. When you show up for yourself day after day, when you keep pushing, even when it's hard, you build trust with yourself. You prove to yourself that you can be relied upon. This strengthens your belief in your own abilities and builds resilience. The more disciplined you become, the more you realize that the only thing standing between you and your success is your willingness to keep going even when things get tough. Self-discipline doesn't just help you reach your goals, it helps you become the person you need to be to achieve them. It shapes your character, molds your work ethic, and strengthens your mind. It is the force that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. And it's available to anyone willing to make the commitment. It's the constant push, the everyday practice of doing what needs to be done. And over time, it's the thing that will set you apart. Taking responsibility for your life is the cornerstone of personal empowerment. It's about acknowledging that you are the author of your own story and that no one else is responsible for your happiness, success, or future. In a world that often encourages us to blame others for our circumstances, taking full ownership of our lives is a powerful act of liberation. It means recognizing that you hold the reins of your destiny and that your choices shape your reality. When you take responsibility for your life, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances. You no longer blame external forces, whether it's your upbringing, your environment, or the people around you for where you are today. While it's true that life is full of challenges and setbacks, how you respond to those challenges is what truly matters. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens because of you. Your actions, decisions, and mindset determine the path you walk. Taking responsibility also means recognizing that your past does not define your future. Too many people get trapped in the idea that the mistakes they've made, the regrets they carry, or the things they've endured somehow limit their potential. But responsibility isn't about holding on to past failures. It's about taking the lessons from them and using them as fuel for future growth. It's about shifting the narrative in your mind to one that empowers you. Yes, you've had struggles. Yes, there have been challenges. But they don't define who you are unless you allow them to. This level of ownership requires a shift in mindset. Instead of focusing on what went wrong or what you wish you could have done differently, you start asking the most important question. What can I do right now to change the course of my life? Taking responsibility means making proactive choices. It means making decisions that move you forward, even when the road is unclear. You stop waiting for someone to hand you the answers or for the right moment to appear. You create your own moments, your own opportunities, and your own success. Taking responsibility also means giving up the need for external validation. Too often we look outside ourselves for approval, permission, or praise. We wait for others to affirm our worth or tell us we're on the right track. But when you take responsibility for your life, you realize that your worth doesn't depend on others' opinions. You begin to define your own success according to your standards, not anyone else's. You start living for yourself, not for the expectations or judgments of others. One of the most powerful aspects of taking responsibility is the ability to control your own future. It means that no matter where you start or what you've been through, you have the power to change your direction. You don't have to remain stuck in a place of complacency or dissatisfaction. Every choice you make can be a stepping stone to a better future. And while it may not always be easy, and while it may require sacrifices and hard work, knowing that you have the power to change your life gives you a sense of freedom and purpose that is unmatched. Responsibility also comes with accountability. When you take full responsibility for your life, you don't make excuses. You don't blame others for your lack of progress or setbacks. Instead, you hold yourself accountable for your actions and outcomes. If something isn't working, you don't look outward to find someone to blame. You look inward and ask, what can I do differently? What choices can I make that will lead to a better outcome? Accountability is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Taking responsibility means you stop waiting for life to hand you something. Instead, you become the creator of your own reality. It's about being proactive, not passive. It's about setting goals, making plans, and following through. It's about understanding that the quality of your life is determined by the decisions you make every single day. When you embrace responsibility, you stop playing the victim. You take ownership of your successes and failures, and you learn to adapt. You don't let life's challenges hold you back. You use them as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more determined. Taking responsibility is the ultimate form of self-empowerment because it places you in control of your future, your choices, and your destiny. You realize that everything you want, everything you dream of is within your reach if you're willing to take responsibility for the path that leads you there. Solitude is often misunderstood. In a world that thrives on constant connectivity, noise, and interaction, solitude can feel like an anomaly, something to be avoided, something to fear. But in truth, solitude is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth and transformation. It's in the quiet moments, when you're alone with your thoughts, that you are able to connect deeply with yourself and uncover insights that the hustle and bustle of daily life can easily drown out. Embracing solitude means stepping away from the external distractions that so often define our lives. It's about creating space for yourself where you can reflect, think, and process without the influence of others. When you give yourself the gift of solitude, you create an environment in which you can hear your own voice, unfiltered and unclouded by the opinions or judgments of others. In this space, you can discover what truly matters to you, what you truly desire, and what you need to do in order to achieve it. Solitude allows for introspection. It's in moments of solitude that we are able to turn inward and ask ourselves the hard questions. Who am I really? What do I truly want in life? What are my deepest fears and my highest aspirations? Without the distractions of the outside world, we are given the opportunity to connect with our inner selves, to understand our motivations, our strengths, and the areas where we need to grow. In solitude, we gain clarity on our purpose and direction. It's the quiet space where we can strip away the superficial and get to the core of what truly drives us. In solitude, you also learn to rely on yourself. You become comfortable with your own company, and you begin to cultivate self-sufficiency. Too often we depend on others for validation, approval, or even comfort. But when you embrace solitude, you become your own source of strength. You learn that you do not need to seek constant external affirmation to feel secure or fulfilled. The more you spend time alone, the more you realize that you have everything you need within you to navigate life's challenges. This self-reliance breeds confidence and resilience, two essential qualities for personal growth. Solitude is also a space where creativity thrives. When we are alone, free from the noise of the world, we open ourselves up to new ideas, new perspectives, and new possibilities. Our minds are not constantly occupied with the opinions of others or the pressures of external demands. In solitude, we have the mental space to think differently, to innovate, and to explore new ways of solving problems. It's in the quiet that our most inspired ideas often emerge, allowing us to tap into our creative potential in ways that are impossible when we are constantly surrounded by distractions. Moreover, solitude fosters a deep sense of mindfulness. It allows you to become more aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and your surroundings. In moments of solitude, you can practice presence, the ability to be fully immersed in the moment without worrying about the past or the future. This mindfulness can help reduce stress, increase focus, and improve emotional well-being. It enables you to approach challenges with a clear, calm mind, making it easier to make thoughtful decisions and stay grounded, no matter what life throws your way. Another vital aspect of solitude is that it provides the opportunity for personal development. When you're constantly surrounded by others, it's easy to fall into patterns of behavior that are influenced by the people around you. You might adopt their beliefs, mimic their habits, or measure your worth against their standards. But in solitude, you have the freedom to question everything: your habits, your beliefs, your goals, and decide what truly aligns with who you want to become. You can challenge yourself, push your boundaries, and redefine your limits. The absence of external pressures gives you the space to grow authentically and independently. Lastly, embracing solitude teaches you patience and acceptance. Personal growth is not an overnight process. It requires time, reflection, and consistent effort. Solitude teaches you how to be patient with yourself, how to accept the process, and how to embrace the journey rather than obsessing over the destination. It's in the quiet moments that you begin to accept who you are, flaws and all, and understand that growth is a continuous, evolving journey. Solitude teaches you that the process of becoming better, stronger, and more aligned with your true self is just as important as the end result. By embracing solitude, you allow yourself the opportunity to reflect, grow, and evolve in ways that external influences simply cannot provide. It's a powerful tool that strengthens your connection with yourself and propels you toward greater self-awareness, creativity, resilience, and mindfulness. Solitude doesn't have to be feared or avoided. Instead, it should be embraced as an essential part of the journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Consistency is the foundation upon which all great achievements are built. It is the secret ingredient that separates those who succeed from those who falter. We often hear about the importance of talent, intelligence, and luck. But what truly distinguishes high achievers is their ability to consistently show up and put in the work day after day, regardless of circumstances. At its core, consistency means committing to a task or goal and adhering to that commitment with regular, steady effort. It's not about bursts of effort or short-lived enthusiasm. It's about creating habits and routines that are sustainable over time. The power of consistency lies in its ability to compound. What seems like small, insignificant actions taken repeatedly can accumulate into something monumental. Just like a small stream can carve through rock over time, consistent effort can overcome any obstacle in your path. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to become distracted by instant gratification. We are often told to expect quick results, and when those results don't appear immediately, we grow discouraged. But real success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of continuous daily actions that align with your goals. This is why consistency is so vital. It's about understanding that the journey is long and there are no shortcuts to lasting success. You have to commit to the process, even when the rewards are not immediately visible. When you embrace consistency, you are setting yourself up for long-term success. Each day you continue, each step you take toward your goal, even if it's small, brings you closer to your desired outcome. It's about developing discipline and creating a rhythm that pushes you forward. It might feel tedious at times, and the immediate results might not always be noticeable, but the key is persistence. The magic of consistency is in its ability to move you closer to your goals, no matter how far they may seem. Consistency also builds momentum. Just like a snowball that starts small but grows larger as it rolls down a hill, consistent effort builds upon itself. Once you create a routine, it becomes easier to maintain. The more you show up, the more natural the process becomes. You begin to experience small wins along the way, and those wins provide the fuel needed to continue. This momentum propels you forward, making it easier to keep going, even when the initial excitement starts to fade. One of the most profound aspects of consistency is that it cultivates resilience. Life is full of challenges and setbacks. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when you fail or face unexpected obstacles. In those moments, it's easy to feel like giving up. But consistency means that you don't let those failures stop you. Instead, you use them as opportunities to learn, adjust, and improve. By consistently showing up, even after a setback, you build mental toughness. You learn to push through adversity, and this resilience becomes one of your greatest assets in the pursuit of your goals. Moreover, consistency helps to reinforce habits. The more consistently you practice something, the more it becomes ingrained in your routine. Habits are incredibly powerful because they operate on autopilot. The effort required to maintain them decreases over time. For instance, if you commit to exercising regularly, at first it might take effort to show up every day, but over time it becomes second nature. Eventually your habits will work for you rather than against you, making success feel more effortless as you continue down the path. Consistency also fosters self-trust. When you show up for yourself day in and day out, you build confidence in your ability to follow through. You prove to yourself that you are reliable and dependable, not just to others, but to yourself. This self-trust is critical because it strengthens your belief in your ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. When you trust yourself to be consistent, you are far more likely to push through challenges, stay focused, and keep progressing, even when it feels difficult. The power of consistency extends beyond just personal goals. It's also a reflection of your character. People notice when you are reliable, when you follow through on your commitments, and when you maintain a consistent work ethic. Consistency builds trust with others, whether in personal relationships, business, or any other area of life. It shows that you can be counted on, that you take your responsibilities seriously, and that you are dedicated to achieving your objectives. In the end, consistency is the bridge between potential and achievement. It is what transforms dreams into reality, aspirations into tangible outcomes, and effort into success. Success is not a matter of being extraordinary every day. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting in the process. Over time, consistency will outshine talent, fleeting motivation, and luck. It is without a doubt the key to lasting success.